Malay and Kalai Vanakkam, and Praveen has joined us just now, all the way from the US. And I'm so proud to know Praveen, his dad, and thank you so very much for being here. For all those who are joining Marghazhi Mozhi for the first time, this is something which we are trying to cross language barriers and location barriers. And thanks to technology, we are able to do that. And here I'm going to bring Praveen on stage. Hello, namaste. And how are you doing?
Very good. Thank you so much for having me on, Auntie. I've had so much fun coming on your shows in the past, and I'm so excited to do it again. So thank you so much for having me on today.
Thank you. So it's amazing that actually from an audio platform, which was on Mensa last year, I have moved on to YouTube. And I feel that this gives a little bit more, visibility to people. And I'm also experimenting and challenging my own barriers. So every language can be covered. And we're also looking at various art forms. And this is where I get to see you perform, which is such a joy. Thank you so much, Praveen, for being here. And you're a junior, you're all of 20, and you started what is it? In the cradle, is it?
Yeah, so I started playing guitar when I was about 6 years old. And my dad was my first teacher. And then once I was about, once I was around 11 years old, I started learning from Sri Guitar Prasanna. And he has been my guru since that point and to this day. And he is sort of the pioneer. He is the pioneer of Carnatic music on the guitar. And before him, there was a man named Sukumar Prasad, who's probably the first person to start playing Carnatic music on guitar. But he, for some reason, stopped, maybe due to lack of encouragement. But Prasanna sir picked up right there. And he has revolutionized the way guitar has been played. And he has so many compositions of his own in the Western side, and then is also a frequent part of the Carnatic music scene in Chennai. So, and that is where I come in today, and I'm very happy to continue spreading Carnatic music on the guitar.
Amazing. It's amazing. And if I was not seeing you, I would have a tough time believing that what you're going to play, but I've heard you before. So I'm waiting now to see you as well. Thank you so much, Praveen. Go for it.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was so amazing. And you have to see these comments. And that's why I like StreamYard very much. So there's Sujata Krishnan saying, beautifully played. There's Meenakshi Sriram saying, treat for the ears. Wonderful, Praveen. There is Pavan Kumar saying, flowing like a river, enjoying your performance. And that was actually so true because it was just flowing. And then we have now Shambhala saying, shabash.
Thank you.
That was wonderful. And now I'm going to ask you, please tell me, when we think about guitar, we obviously think of Western music. You said your guru, they helped you, and Guru Prasanna especially has helped you. Tell us a little bit more for the common layman like me.
Sure.
What is the difference? What are the nuances? What are the differences, please?
Sure. So let's start off first with just the guitar itself. So guitar is the same guitar that you see in Western music, in a rock band, a jazz band, same type of guitar, 6 strings. Nothing is different. The only thing that we change is how we tune the guitar. So in Western music, we know the tunings as E, D, G, D, A, E in Western notes. In Carnatic music, we just make it sa, pa, sa tuning. So we choose a note to be sa. In this case, E is sa for us. And then pa would be B. So we just do sa, pa, sa, pa, sa, pa, sa tuning. That is all the differences in equipment. And then when we play, one thing is that we use a lot of slides when we play. That is how we make the gamakas come out. Because that is the thing that makes our Carnatic music so unique. The way that we sing it with the gamakas, it really brings the feeling out in the music. So sliding is the way we bring that out in Carnatic music, or on guitar, similar to how you might do on a violin. So one of the big misconceptions is that there's some compromise when you have to play Carnatic music on guitar, but that's not true. You can play everything, every ragam, every type of gamaka, just as you would on a violin or even when you sing. You can do everything. So anybody can really learn. Everybody has a guitar lying around in the house, or a lot of people do. Even you can pick up, just make it in sapasa tuning and even start playing some Carnatic music with the sides and all of that.
Your Appa was saying the same thing, that every house has. And I said, yes, even mine does have a guitar. Whether we have a guitarist or not is a different thing.
Yeah.
Or even the makings of a guitarist, let's be honest. So, so have you evolved your playing along with your age, or did you start much earlier? And what about the instruments? Did you change them? Did you feel that, there was a certain constraint with certain guitars or types? Or my knowledge is zero.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell.
So you can play on any guitar, whether it be an acoustic guitar or an electric guitar. Let's just keep it to those two. So acoustic is you'll see it a lot more. People play chord-like things a lot on the acoustic guitar because it has that nice open sound. However, I find it a lot easier to play on an electric guitar, just because one, the strings that you use on an electric guitar are different, that make it easier to slide on. And that is the main thing we're looking for, to make it easy for us to play. So it's much easier to slide on an electric guitar. And therefore, I think that is probably easier for Carnatic music. However, if you have an acoustic guitar, I wouldn't say stop, because you can still do a lot, pretty much the same stuff on the acoustic guitar that you would on the electric guitar.
And for people like me, we need to start before anything else. Yes, and we have a question. We have a question here from Pavan Kumar. Can you suggest any tutorials to start with Carnatic on guitar for beginners?
Yes. So
thank you for that question, Pavan Kumar.
Yes, thank you, sir. So basically, I know for a fact, Guitar Prasanna, my guru, Prasanna sir, on his YouTube channel, he has a video for learning Carnatic music for beginners. Like a lot of the first things that you need to know, how some of these slides come, the tuning. He has a video on his YouTube page where he goes through all of that. I'd suggest you go and check that out. I think that'll be a really good place for people to start.
Right. And maybe we could post the link later on through your channel and as well as mine, so people can see that. And we also have a very good comment, very positive. Well said, Praveen, with perfect tuning, you can turn any Western instruments like guitar, mandolin to perform Carnatic music. For that matter, even violin came from the West. So thank you so much for that. And by the way, when you mentioned the gamakas, I mean, like, even I could make out that this was different, and this was, which is like really brings me to how many hours do you practice in a week or in a day? What do you do? I mean, what is your practice routine like?
Yeah, so I would say when I started learning from Prasanna sir, every day at least an hour minimum during the school year. If there was a weekend, it'll be multiple hours a day. Nowadays in college, I feel like it's more about trying to stay consistent. So every day, regardless, I'll try to pick up the guitar and practice some of my material. So it's still a very much an everyday thing that I'm doing. And the other big thing I love doing is having my students. I have 5 of them now, and they're all such a joy to teach. And they also keep me on my toes all the time because they're always coming with new things. I'm also learning from them at the same time. So all of those things together I feel like are constantly improving myself as well in my playing.
Very nice, Praveen. I'm sure the audience is going to say, take the mic away from Shambhavi. She's talking too much and we want to listen to Praveen play. So please go ahead and tell us, what are you going to share with us next?
So that first song, by the way, was Vinayaka in the Ragam Hamsadwani. I think it's quite a popular song. I love that song for sure. I hope you all enjoyed. Next, I'll be playing Venkatachalaniliyam in the Ragam Sindhu Bhairavi. I hope you all will enjoy. So thank you.
We will. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really, it was beautiful.
Thank you.
Tell me something, Praveen. I was just thinking about it, like how we have our books. In the Tamil, you have the books where all the notation is written. Same way you have in the Western where the notations are written. So how do you match the two? What do you do about it, or do you write and then practice, or it just has to come naturally?
So for how I learned everything, Prasanna sir has he teaches in the way where he will play something and then I will play it back. So it's all through me listening to it, internalizing it, and learning it, playing it back. That is how I've learned pretty much everything. And I think that's it's been very helpful to do it that way. And I think a lot of other people should adopt that way because music is a sound at the end of the day. And I think we need to train our ears to become better musicians. So that is one thing I'd recommend to all musicians, to use your ears more. Notations are great, but I think they should be more of a support rather than you should use your ears as the main aspect. So that is how I've learned pretty much all of the music I've done thus far.
So my question was more from a point that if now you're passing on this legacy, Guru Prasanna, you all, people who are now going to make this the norm,
Sure.
right? So then how do the new beginners, how will they be able to come? So listening is great. And you said that they should have, but is there any book or anything which matches the notations for both?
So not necessarily. There's no notation at this point. Not to say that there won't be at some point, but right now I think the thing in Carnatic music is a lot of it is the tradition is passed down, correct? And I think the tradition is passed down like guru to sishya, through the guru sings, the sishya learns, and that is sort of what in the Prasanna sir is trying to maintain, and that is what I'm also trying to maintain with the students I have. So I think if we focus on that tradition first, then I think the notations, if they come, are a great support to that.
Great. And so here there are a few more comments. Tata Party watching.
Hi, Tata Party.
Thank you so much. And then this is well played Sindhu Bhairavi Praveen. Again, Sujata's taken the time to say this is fabulous.
Thank you.
Of course, we have Pawan Kumar. You took 7 hills with Saptasura 7 hills. I agree with Pawan Kumar, absolutely. It was really all the way up and down. Beautiful. Lovely Praveen, thoroughly enjoyed by Tilak Mohan. Thank you so much. So when is Chennai calling for main slot?
For main slot, we shall see in the future.
Let's put it in the universe. Let's put it out in the universe.
So if we put it now, maybe at some point it will happen, right? Yes, but I've gotten a few opportunities to perform in Chennai so far. Every single time it seems to amaze me, the culture of the music space there. It's so wonderful, so much joy, so much energy. And I'm actually heading to India in a few days now. So I'm performing a little bit, but also I'm excited to see be able to go to the Music Academy, see some concerts, and just get into the season. So really excited for that.
Very nice. So before you play the next piece for us, I want to ask you, do you blog? Are you going to write a blog about this and share your experience with people for those who are not able to go there or be there or not, who just want to appreciate and understand more about the culture and the vibes of Marghazhi?
I have never been much of a blogger, but I think it's a good idea. Definitely to at least have a journal for myself and write. That way I have the experiences and be able to share, right? That's a good point that you just mentioned. I might think of that idea now.
And maybe you should vlog. Yeah, maybe you should vlog, and that would add more audience to your YouTube as well. So on that note,
for sure,
let's hear your note now.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I think I have one more song left to share with everybody. I'm going to play a Javali in the Ragam Kamas called Appadu Ruku. And once again, Auntie, thank you so much for having me on. I love doing this every year, and I hope to continue doing it in the future. So thank you so much for the platform and the opportunity.
Thank you very much for being here. And we'll say our thanks once you're done, because there are some few more comments coming up, which I want to share with you by the time you finish this, then I'll share that. Go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Praveen. That was so perfect. So, one last question before you leave. I was listening to a talk show today where it was mentioned that, the people who are playing or singing, they have to keep thinking about what the audience wants and keep changing. Is that something which you also consciously do, or do you just play for happiness?
There is definitely a mixture of both. I definitely don't think you should be playing if it's not making you happy. That is first and foremost. I think you should be enjoying the music and into it. But yes, also recognizing what the audience is into, what they're not into. You can tell when the audience is really liking something. Like if you're in the Kalpana Swaram, you're playing some sort of a Kalpana Swaram phrase, and it really is jiving. You can tell it's jiving. You want to lean more into those sorts of things. You can definitely feel that, and that's definitely something. If you're not actively thinking about that during a live performance, I don't think you're really into the music then. Because if you're into the music, you should be able to realize what's working and what's not working. I definitely agree with that point.
So thank you very much for that. Shyam Bala says, I keep asking the same. When is Chennai calling, Praveen? And we also have, she thanks me for arranging the program and make it longer. Would love to hear more songs. I would do. And this is just the beginning. And sometime we will, apart from Marghazhi, we will maybe go into the jazz mode because I myself love jazz, and we'll do that again. Thank you so much, Praveen, for being here. And bye. And from my side, it's have a great day. And from me, it's good night to everyone. Please follow the channels Marghazhi Mozhi, the YouTube channel. Please follow Praveen, and we are going to see what is happening in Chennai through his eyes and ears and his guitar. Thank you. Bye. 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 Bye.